going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Joe Odyssey Off-Road. I'm about 25 miles into a ride already, and about to kind of hit probably the chunkiest part of my ride today. I figured I'd record that for you. And I'm going to attempt to do a trail that I haven't done but all but once on a dirt bike, and it was a long time ago. It was when I had my Beta X trainer. Trail can be pretty chunky. It's all double track, but you know, by myself solo, and it can get pretty rough for me anyway, making me feel uncomfortable in a little bit. So we'll see how we do. Not 100% sure I'm gonna do the whole trail. I'm gonna attempt it. I'm gonna do a section at a time. We'll see how it goes. And we had some rain, some big thunderstorms yesterday in the area, so I don't know how washed out some of it'll be or what, but so we'll take it easy, see how it goes. See some side-by-side dust up ahead, so watch out for them. It is Memorial Day, so they'll probably be out full force. Oh, they saw me, thank God. Guys got to ride like morons, some of them, I tell you. I'm just passing you, you gotta give it the beans, you know what I mean? Unbelievable. Maybe I'm a different person than most, but I'm just very courteous when I'm out on the trail and I see other people, you know? Just go by them slow. I don't make a lot of dust. Try to be conscientious if they're stopped, having lunch, camping, whatever it is. But that's the problem with these side-by-side guys, is they just, not all of you, I'm sure, I know some of you ride them. I had them too, and I do like them. They're fun to get out on, but probably 50% of the people out there on them are just non-courteous assholes, to be honest with you. Alright guys, here we are, trail 4085. On a side-by-side and ATV, this is one of my favorite trails. On a dirt bike, like I said, I've only done it once, so and I remember scaring the hell out of myself doing it. So, but I was also not as good of a rider back then, but I was with a friend, so you know how that is. So we'll see what happens here. I don't know what kind of trail conditions it's going to be, but like I said, can always turn around if I need to. The first part of the trail is going to be not too bad. You guys have actually seen a section of the first part of the trail on my WR450, and I did this whole entire trail on the quads. It's on the channel. Several months back, I had my wife's Renegade 1000 out, and my brother was on his Scrambler 1000, and we did this exact trail. So on those quads, it's a piece of cake, you know, but on a dirt bike solo, trail conditions change daily. These trails are not maintained, so we'll see how it goes. All depends on my confidence too. If I'm feeling not confident, you know, that changes things too. I'm probably psyching myself out more than anything. But you never know. Just preparing you guys for the worst, you know, if I don't make it through the trail. The one thing about this bike that's really nice that I like is you can ride it really low in RPMs. Just loves to chug. This motor's a lugger, and you just chug it through. You don't got to be high in the RPMs. Never feels really out of control. But you know, you could fall down on the easiest thing and you're by yourself. That's the scary part. If you're with somebody, it's a lot easier to try some stuff. You're not 100% comfortable. Part way through, there's some mines, like mining areas. I don't know if we'll take a look at them or not, but it depends on how much time we're making. I also got I'm all the way up in the mountains, so I also got to make my way out of here once I finish this trail. All the way home, which is another 25 miles from the end of the trail. So that's just mostly, you know, dirt road, like washboardy stuff. But so that goes, can knock that stuff out pretty quick, but it's still mileage on a bike. And you get tired easy, man, when you put a lot of miles on a dirt bike. Got the Guts Racing seat, low seat on the bike now, which I've mentioned in the past couple of videos. If you guys haven't seen, makes a huge difference. Coming to a stop, turning around, dabbing. I'm 5'6", I only got like a 29-inch inseam, so these modern dirt bikes are so tall, and every little inch counts. Just a ½ an inch seat height honestly makes a huge difference. You wouldn't think it does, but like the minute when you're sitting on the bike and the bike's squatting and you lean the bike to turn, that ½ an inch from the ground, you know, amplifies when you lean the bike. So it really makes quite more difference than you think it would. Just going from tippy toeing to being able to just touch on the balls of your feet too gives you a lot more stability. Even if you can't flat foot, it's just every little drop helps. It's actually one of the things I was a little bit disappointed with this bike was the seat height. Wasn't as low as advertised and what I was hoping it was going to be. And so I talk about that. We'll talk about that in my review video, but it's definitely something to think about. What's nice about this trail is you're going coming through the mountains here like this, and there's a lot of trees, a lot of different than the low desert terrain. So it's a different atmosphere you're in. It just makes it nice. I'm kind of bored riding in the low desert, same trails to be honest with you, so it's nice to come switch it up, come up here once in a while. We're going to be doing some northern Arizona riding soon. I'm going to go camping up in Kelly Canyon with Scott. And maybe Mike will tag along, I don't know what his plans are going to be that weekend, but I'll do some single track up there with the bike. It's beautiful up there. If you guys saw my videos I did last summer, I had my Husky 250 back then, and the trails are just beautiful there. Very rocky, so you kind of got to pick and choose which trails you do, but because they can get pretty rocky. It's the only thing with those trails, but there are some trails that aren't rocky at all. They're pretty nice. There's some double track stuff too, so you don't got to do single track. It's just very scenic. It's cool weather. It's nice. Little Nitro Joe action there for you. About as nitro as it gets. This bike, man, you really just don't even need to cover the clutch. If it gets really slow, you just drop it down first and you can just go right through something. The bike just does not call for stall. You guys have been down there with me on my WR450F. That's a trail that takes you to there's an old distillery house that's still standing over there, and parts of the old distillery from, you know, early 1900s are still scattered around on the trail. If you guys want to check that out, you can check out that video. I think the thumbnail is like 64 miles solo through the Santa Ritas. And that was on my WR450F. I think that was probably the last ride before I sold it. Okay, so now we're getting a little chunky here. This is not bad. You know, you get a little section, you drop down. It's when it gets really rough and you got to kind of climb up. That's where it kind of freaks me out. You get, last time I did it on the X trainer, there was some sections where there was just some like 1.5 foot rock ledges repeatedly for, you know, very small section. And I don't know how the hell I did it back then, because I couldn't ride for shit back then. I wasn't good at all. I'm actually not that good now, but I got another year under my belt, so I like those little rollers. So you see we're going to come up to an area where I turned off on the WR450. I went right. And we're going to go left this time to stay on the trail. And then we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not too bad. Just going to try and keep looking ahead, stay positive, be confident. Confidence is key. And I sound like a fairy right now, but I'm in third gear right there, just chugging that, just so you know. It came down to, you know, going 11 miles an hour. It's just, the bike is so good. I think I'm in third gear. Yeah, I was in third. I'm in second right now. Surprised it's not wetter up here. We had some really good thunderstorms yesterday. It poured raining a couple different times. It's been so dry. We haven't gotten anything that it just dries up real fast. You can tell the ground's got a little bit of moisture underneath the top layer, but it's not enough for any standing water, which stinks, because if you come in through here on the wet season, like after a good winter where the mountains get some snow, the that's chunky there. Like all these little dip sections, there's like a little stream that runs through here and kind of weaves in and out, and you'll cross through that a couple times. But it's just so dry right now. I mean, I haven't seen water up here in a long time. Hoping, they're saying we're going to get a very wet summer, monsoon summer. So we'll see what happens. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing is we need the water. We need the rain. The bad thing is, you know, you get some heavy winds with it, and you can get some hail because it gets so hot here. When the storms come, you get, you know, unsettled activity in the atmosphere, and that's how you get the hail. So you kind of got to keep an eye on the skies if you're worried about your vehicles. Keep them in the garage. So here's a rough section. There's a little bit of a rock garden section too that we got to get through. I think it's coming up. I don't remember where it is. But there's a section, it's just big boulders, kind of have to dance through. See how that looks. I used to do this trail religiously, like all the time, when I had the 4x4 quads and side-by-sides. It's a nice trail. The kids like it on the side-by-side when they were young, because there'll always be some water running. So, go left here. So you can kind of go two different ways here. Trying to pick the easiest line. If I went left, it was a little bit rocky. Kind of got to meet up with that anyway, but see, you can see the dirt's a little bit tacky here. It's not too bad. The rock, the loose rock, is what kills you. Bounces you all over the trail. Yeah, this is really chunky. Nothing too bad though so far. It's definitely not a beginner trail. Like, you know, if you're not first couple months on a bike, I wouldn't suggest coming through this. But the hell's that going? Oh, that's another offshoot for towards a mine. There's like mines up a hill. It's all it's caged off, like with those bat-friendly enclosures, like you guys have seen in another video I did. So we're gonna try and get through this trail as swiftly as possible, so I can take another break at the end of it. I took a break before it, had a sandwich and a Gatorade, and then figured I'll make my way through this trail, hopefully all of it, and then oh boy, here we go. Oh my god, this bike is so good. Traction, it finds traction, it's just awesome. Get all this rock here. Alright, alright. That wasn't so bad, that part. It looks bad coming up to it, you freak yourself out a little bit. I do anyway. But if you pick a good line and just chug your way through it. There's a big rock drop off here. Alright. If it doesn't get any worse than that, I'll be fine. Whew, my hand is hurting because I don't know if you guys caught my last ride video, but I messed up my middle finger, my right middle finger at the knuckle. I got hit with a baseball right at the tip of my finger, and my finger popped. It was an audible popping sound. So I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know if I broke it or if I really like dislocated the knuckle, messed up the knuckle, but it hurt like hell, really bad for that day and for a few days. Then the pain slowly subsided. It's been, tomorrow will be 3 weeks, and it's still tight when I wake up in the morning. Loosens up throughout the day a little bit, but I still can't fully bend it all the way. And it'll hurt if I bang my knuckle accidentally, so I'm very conscientious and cautious, and I try not to put too much pressure on the inside of my knuckle. So I'm battling that. So I'm kind of, my throttle hand usually gets a little tired anyway because I grip so tight when I get nervous. But that's not helping any. I really wanted to get out and do this ride today, man. I was going to do it yesterday. Thankfully I didn't because of those thunderstorms. I didn't want to be caught up here on that. We got a big uphill here. It doesn't look on camera, I'm sure, but it's... Alright. This bike just chugs, man. It's a chugger. Oof. This is the rough one. Let's see what happens. This is the roughest section, I think. If I remember correctly. All these rocks. If I go left, should be alright. Oof. Yeah, it's not that, it's just you got the rocks. It's just that it's all loose under you. And so... Oh man, this is definitely rough. Gotta pick a good line. Oh my god, why am I doing this? Don't get nervous, Joe. Stay to the right here is actually the best line. Cut over. Oh my god, I think I made it. Oh. Woo! I was white knuckling that section, man. That was steep. I don't know if you guys... It was steep coming up. And those rocks were big. So... Oh man, I'll catch my breath for a second. Alright, took a break, caught my breath, had a sip of drink, and now we gotta pick our way through this rock garden, so I'm in first gear. I'm just going to try to weave my way through it. I realized I did that whole section 2 in the hot map with no traction control. So it just goes to show you how good this bike is. I think we should be in the clear in terms of really hard sections. I don't think anything is going to be as hard as that past section we just did. So we'll find out, I guess. I don't remember. Like I said, I haven't done this in a while. And last time I did it was on a quad. It's a totally different thing on 4 wheels. Some loose rock here. No big rock ledges though. I got the suspension at standard settings, and it's just so compliant. All the way up here, I had the compression in 2 clicks. This gives you a little bit more for the higher speed, you know, dual sport type riding stuff. But I knew I was going to be getting into this, so I softened it up those 2 clicks, and yeah, it's awesome. The end of this trail is pretty cool. You kind of just go through all these trees. It's like a canopy of trees. You're in the woods almost. Yeah, so if you take this trail the opposite way, like coming from the other direction, this is a hard section. Because you got to go up these rocks. So now we're kind of just rolling down them. And we'll be coming up on a section where sometimes, probably won't be now because it's very dry, but there is water running across and it's nice. A little clear stream, but I don't think we'll have any signs of water today. Not the way it's been looking. This bike really is so versatile. If it stays reliable, I think it'll be a champ of a bike. I just worry anything other than the Japanese bikes being with reliability. I don't know why. It's just something in my head or what. But even when I had my Huskies, I was always worried, like, is this thing gonna break down? Is this thing gonna... I think because you hear so many people online just complaining about every little thing, the problems. Nobody really ever talks about their positive experiences and long-term reliability. All you hear is the negatives. So it gives you these bad thoughts. That's where water would typically run through, and then again right here would cross back over. A lot of big rocks just in the middle of nowhere in these trails. These tires I got on this bike are awesome for this stuff. I'm running the Bridgestone Battle Cross tires, and it's an X31 front. And I got the X40 in the rear. The X40 is great for hard pack, rock. They're really durable and reliable. They don't wear down really fast like a gummy does. But I get great traction with them on the hard pack stuff and on the rocky stuff. They're not the best in deep sand, but you know, with any tire you choose, there's going to be a give and take. So kind of choose the tire for what I do most, and it's a lot of rocky stuff, you know, loose rock and hard pack. The sand is what it is. You just make your way through it best you can. More chunk. You see how I don't really even need to cover the clutch on this bike. It just give it some gas and let it find traction. And that's just chugging through second gear. You know, you can pick your way through it in first gear, but I like chugging it in second. There's another uphill coming up here. Drop off. Ugh. Another drop. This is where the water would normally be running, but it's like, so you can see how it's like a rocky bed. The stream. Whew. That was a close one. There we go. Drop that down there. Whew. All right. I think we got it. Whew. That loose rock kicked me over a little bit. That's what happens with that stuff. That's one thing with this bike. Whew. You shut it off hot. You kind of got to prime it again for some reason. I put the traction control on, I think. There we go. Very nice. Whew. That was a nice little save. I didn't panic and dump the bike. That's where the low seat comes in, man. You know, I can put my foot down, kind of help guide my way, even with the bike off, roll through, drop into something, and out of a sticky situation. Whereas with when the seat's really high, you can barely touch the ground. And it's, you know, that's how I would always drop the bike because of that. So for those of you sticking around the video this long, I appreciate you. We're not quite at the end yet, but I just wanted to thank you. And you know, if you consider subscribing if you haven't already, really trying to get this channel to take off. And you know, your likes, subscribes, comments help a ton. There's links in the video description that you can use to help support the channel. Maybe some things that'll help you out, some discount codes. And there is a merch link below. Buy yourself a shirt. Got kid sizes, women's sizes, all different styles. If you click on the link, it takes you to my main merch website. You can see all different stuff. It's coffee mugs, sweatshirts, all kinds of stuff. So that's enough of that. A little shameless plug, but that's how I'm trying to help support the channel here. So we're at the end section. Where the trees are, I was telling you. It's going to be a little rocky going down into it. For sure. And then there's a little climb coming out of it. So you see it, we're all in a tree cover area. Really nice. And normally the stream runs down there. There's nothing running, or I'd show you, and then it crosses over the front of the trail here. But when it's running, it's beautiful, and the water's nice and cold. And then we would come up here and picnic with the kids with the side-by-side. They would love it. So let's climb our way out of here. Some shadows, so hopefully no rocks surprise me. Alright. And that is the end of Trail 4085, or whatever the hell number it was. can't remember. Yeah, 4084, sorry. That's the end of that trail. Hope you guys enjoyed. I am going to go stop in some shade. And, see, I almost stole it the whole ride. There, I did. I'm going to stop at some shade, probably over here. Have myself a nice cold drink. And then I'm going to work my way back home. I got about, probably from here, about 26, 28 miles of mostly graded dirt road with some washboard. So, appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you haven't. Check out those links. Thanks for supporting the channel. And this is Joe with Odyssey Off-Road. Get out there, ride safe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.